Hello there, it's Carrie Rhodes here. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's paper crafting video, I am making a card based on the parameters from Craft Roulette episode 293. Craft Roulette is the ultimate paper crafting challenge game show live on YouTube almost every Friday night. They spin a wheel. The parameters are selected in order for us to create a card with. So the special guest on November 14th for episode 293 was Catherine Pooler. We're going to go over the parameters. You can see here in my planner here, my Craft Roulette companion book. The project parameter was book binding card. We're going to go over that very first thing when we make our card, but you're pretty much going to adhere part of your card front down so it opens more like a book than a card. The colors were to be inspired by a sandwich shop. And so I decided to do green for lettuce. And then music, the element was music. So my sentiment is inspired by a Christmas song, Holly Jolly Christmas. And then we need to randomly include something that is wraps, or wrapping. So I'm going to do that. I'm also including a shaker, which is going to be a heart-shaped peppermint because I always challenge myself to include a shaker on my Craft Roulette card. So this is what I'm planning. But then when I was thinking about the book binding, I was comparing it to golden books from when I was little. And so I decided to put the wrap or the book binding in gold so it looks like a golden book, or inspired by. So you can see here I have my card that I scored at the halfway point, and then I scored 3/4 of an inch over to create a little flap that I'm going to adhere down. And then I'm going to wrap that with some gold paper that's 1.5 inches wide and 5.5 inches long, and then I scored it at 3/4 of an inch so it can go on the front and the back of my card. So it's wrapped around just like a little golden book. Do you remember those? I love them. They're so sweet. So it's going to look just like that. And then I need to adhere this 3/4 of an inch strip, or, segment of my card down. Yeah. Originally I was going to put the wrap with this paper that I got at the thrift store. It's Lawn Fawn paper. It's all this green lettuce color, we're going to call it. And I like that plan, and I thought I could do a really fun Christmas card. And I wanted to use this tiny Santa, no, this is mini Santa die set from Scrap Diva Designs. There's 2 different sizes, same exact Santa, but different sizes. So I'm going to create that. It's so cute, and I thought it would go really good with the sentiment I'm going to use, which is also from Scrap Diva. For all the white parts, I'm using this fun pearlized paper from Your Paper Insider box number 11, and then I'm also using some glossy paper from scrapbook.com that I thought went well with my lettuce color. For the holly, because it's going to say Holly Jolly Christmas, so he's got to have holly, and the holly does come with this mini Santa die set. So I'm also going to cut his hat out of some fun pattern paper from scrapbook.com. Also, I have a few of their pattern paper packs, and they're so much fun. So love those. I'm just going over the hearts a little bit with a red pen because I felt like the stars leaned a little bit towards the orangey side, and I wasn't loving that for my color combination. So now I'm just gluing the hat together, and I think the hat is so cute just by itself. So I am going to use it by itself on a bonus second mini project in this video, and that's going to be a tag, so stay tuned for that. I added the beard and the hat to the face, which, by the way, the part for the face I cut from some paper that is solid paper in a pad from scrapbook.com, and it's the neutrals, so I really like it for different shades of skin, so I recommend that. And it's a lighter weight paper, so if you're layering up die cuts, it's really nice. For Santa's mustache, I'm going to go ahead and pop that up with some thin foam squares, and I love this just little hint of something being popped up. I think that's a really cute look. Adds to it just, a little bit of dimension. And then I put the nose right on top of the mustache. And then it's time for the holly, and I just felt like the hat was lacking a little. There wasn't enough red showing from the stars. So I went ahead and added some just tiny little dots with my same red. It's a Tombow marker. All right, for the berries, I wanted to tie in more of the gold, so I brought in some gold baubles for that, and I think it looks really super cute. So there's my little Santa. He's ready to go, which, by the way, have you seen these new Crafty Catcher trays from the Glassboard Studio? They fit right up against your glass mat, and you can just sweep stuff into them because it's a level surface, and it has a pouring spout to pour it back in. Love it. All right, next we're doing the sentiment. So this is going to say Holly Jolly Christmas. I was thinking about putting have a with my sentiment, but I thought this could actually be a golden book. And the book is just, the title of the book is just Holly Jolly Christmas. And then inside the book, there would be pictures that go with the lyrics of the song. Wouldn't that make a really fun Christmas book? So I'm not actually doing that on the inside of my book, but it's the inspiration, the idea behind my card. So I thought that was really cute and it inspired me to create. I'm going to add some little marks here where I want to punch a hole. I decided this binding, my book binding, needed a little something. So I'm going to tie some twine on here. I have some twine in my stash that's white, but it has a gold thread like infused with it. Infused. You know what I mean? Okay, so I'm just going to tie this, put it through the holes and then tie it in a bow. And that's going to just add a little extra something. It's going to repeat that element of gold. And for my bow to go the way I want it to go, I'm going to make 2 loops and go right over left, left over right. And then it lays the way I want it to lay instead of sideways. I hope that helps. Yeah. All right. So I'm just holding the knot as I adjust the size of the actual bows there. And then I can always make it smaller later if I want to. Okay. Let's move on to the shaker part. This is the Heart Peppermint Shaker die set from Scrap Diva Designs. They have an amazing Christmas release this month and last month. And this heart that I'm using right now, the shaker, is from last month's release. The Santa, the mini Santa, and the Holly Jolly Christmas is from this current month. So you got to check out the release. It is so fun. All right, so I have a window sheet there I cut from the solid heart, and then I have a piece of craft foam here. I'm going to cover on both sides. I'm going to wrap it with my double-sided adhesive sheets called Rip and Stick sheets from Trinity Stamps. I'm going to remove just the center of that heart, but leave the frame of the heart in the foam. This is crucial. It's a helpful step in creating the shaker. So I've removed the backing off of just the back side, and I'm going to adhere down my little peppermint part. That's the back of my shaker. Then I'm going to remove the adhesive backing from the top side and very carefully add in my clear micro beads. This is going to kind of look like sugar. So I'm going to fill that up, and then I'll add my window sheet on. I am going to add a little bit of liquid glue around here. That will allow me to scoot it if I need to, and that's helpful so you can keep it within the bounds of the shaker. And having the foam stay in the outline foam just helps it not bend out of shape. If you try to take a thin piece of foam and stick it down to something, it can easily get distorted or stretched out. So that's why I like to do that. So there's my little heart shaker. I had a gap in mine because some of the micro beads were like staticked to my window sheet, so I just filled it up with a little bit of glue and it did the trick. There we have it. And now I have some tiny little peppermint die cut from the storage jar shaker die set. It has all these fun little add-ons in it. Gingerbread men, peppermint candies, gumdrops, marshmallows, pretzels, and then you can turn the jar itself, there's 2 different size jars, into shakers, and they are tag if you want them to be. All right, so I'm going to make just a variety of little candies here. Dark pink, light pink, the green with the light pink, and I'm going to put 3 of those on my card to help dress it up, make it even more jolly. Yeah, so I'll do those, and then I have plenty of extras left over because it cuts like 6, a bunch. When you die cut that one die one time, it cuts a bunch of them. So now it's time to adhere all the things. I'm using thin foam squares again to pop up all my things, my Holly Jolly Christmas and my Santa and my little peppermints. But the shaker itself, I'm just going to glue down because it already has the dimension, built into it. So let's pop these up as just another fun embellishment, but it also makes me think that I'm going to need more embellishment. Do you think it needs more embellishment? Of course it does. So these peppermint candies also have little tiny center points you can put in there, so I went ahead and added those on. And then for embellishment, look at these gems I have from Trinity Stamps. They're like slightly translucent, and they have glitter in them, and they're just the right shade of lettuce green, as I'm calling it, and look great on here. But I will notice in a little bit, one of my gems is a little bit sideways. These were hard for me to see which side was flat because they're so shiny, and yeah, I'm going to actually end up switching and adding more of my gemstones. It's once I realize one of them is on its side. So, but before I did that, I added glossy accents to my little peppermint candies and then rock candy glitter on top of that just to make them more special, more candy-like. I love glitter. And there you can see I switched up my rhinestones a little bit. Okay, there's my card. I'm letting it dry, and while that's drying, I decided to make a single Santa hat. Just use the hat by itself without the face, the beard, and all the things, and I think that's a really fun way you can also use this set. And remember, this is the smaller of the two in that die set, and there also happens to be a Santa mini album that matches this that's much bigger. So if you like this look, you can get it in 3 different sizes. Okay, I have the Christmas tags die set. This also new this month from Scrap Diva, and I die cut out this tag here, and then I'm adding on the whole reinforcers for the tag that come in that die set. There's also the Christmas tag stamp set, and there's a stamp in here that says, "From Your Secret Santa." I'm going to stamp that on the back of the tag using my Dare to Be Artsy black ink, and then I'll put the Santa hat on the front. So quick and easy and cute little tag. And I thought you could either give this with the card, or you could, if you were a Secret Santa, put this tag on the gift and then gift the card with it, right? So I thought it was cute with just the hat by itself. I'm going to add some twine, but I'm going to just loosely put a knot in this so that later when it's ready to go on an actual package, it's easy to undo and tie it however you want it to be for that. Maybe it's just in a bow, I don't know. All right, so my card opens a little bit wonky because my Santa goes over the crease in my book fold there. So I creased the back too so you could kind of open it a different way. And also, I think I didn't leave a gap between my book binding, my wrapped gold paper, and my pattern paper. And because I didn't leave that gap for the crease line, it's making it a little bit harder to open and shut. So I could re-crease the front, and Santa's hat could also have a crease in it. So I might think about that, but I thought I would try scoring the back of it. So that's what I'm going to do. I think it looks just like a little book, and I am so in love with this book binding idea. And you could put that score line anywhere you want. You could make it a little bit bigger of a book binding or a little bit smaller. So, all right, we're going to go over these parameters because last week I almost missed one entirely. The thread on my card last week. So I have my book binding, I have my sandwich shop colors, I referenced music as my sentiment shows, and my book binding is wrapped with gold paper. So there we have it. I did a shaker and that little heart, so I did my own personal parameter as well. So thank you so much for stopping by and letting me share this card with you. If you have not checked out Craft Roulette on YouTube, you've got to. You got to go over there on Friday nights and check it out. You can watch along as the host Mary and her special guest, whoever that might be. In this last week's case, it was Catherine Pooler. They make a card with these randomly selected parameters. They don't plan it out. It's impromptu crafting. It's so much fun. We have a whole culture over there with our own vernacular, our own clothes, and yeah, fun little sayings. So if you need a crafty community to join, there is room for you at the worldwide craft table that Mary has set for us, and I hope you'll join us. You can play along. There's prizes. It's great fun. I will have this episode that I referenced in the video linked for you below so you can easily find their channel, subscribe, and join us. All right, I will see you all again very soon with a new crafty project. Thanks for stopping by, and happy stamping. Bye.